If you are serious about a home golf simulator, you are probably about to overspend in exactly the wrong place. I have thoroughly researched the top models so you do not make that mistake. And I will tell you right now, one mid-range setup on this list outperforms rigs costing nearly double. Links are in the description, and stick around until the end because the winner is not what anyone expects. Here's what actually breaks a setup. Not the flagship you skipped, but the mid-tier product you bought thinking it was close enough. Cheap builds fail fast. You know that. But mid-range is where the real money gets wasted because those products look right on paper and quietly disappoint you for years. I've gone through the specs, the verified reviews, the real owner complaints, and I rank these purely on performance and value, not sticker price. The most expensive option here does not win. One product sitting well below it does things the pricier competition simply can't match. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which tier is worth your money, which one is a trap dressed up in good marketing, and which single pick I'd put my own money on right now in 2026. Let's get into it. Here's the trap pick. At $599.98 at the time of this video, the Rapsoto MLM2 PRO is the one that looks like a deal until you actually live with it. Doppler radar plus a dual camera setup, 15 metrics captured, spin rate, spin axis, club path, carry distance, launch angle, the works. On paper, that's tour-level data for under $600. And honestly, the hardware isn't the problem. The problem is everything around it. That 45-day premium trial sounds generous right up until it ends, because the 30,000-plus simulator courses, those are locked behind a subscription. So the price you see is not the price you pay. Factor in ongoing membership costs and this thing quietly eats your budget month after month. It's sitting at 4.1 out of 5 across 658 reviews. Respectable, not dominant, and buyers consistently flag one thing: use it without a proper enclosure and you're dealing with ball isolation issues, missed reads, and frustration. That enclosure isn't included, so you're already shopping for more gear. If you're a serious range worker who just wants ball flight data outdoors, it has a use case. But as a simulator centerpiece, there are better engineered packages at this price tier, and the next one up proves exactly that. So you want a proper enclosure, frame, screen, mount, the whole cage, without hiring someone to design a custom build. That's exactly the gap the Anything Sports Complete Golf Simulator enclosure is sitting in. At $799.99 at the time of this video, it's the first package in this ranking that actually ships with every structural piece you need: frame poles, a blackout cage, side shank nets, and a projector mount included. That last part matters more than you'd think. Most competitors charge extra for the mount or don't include it at all. The impact screen is 4K ready and size just 1 inch smaller than the frame, so light bleed around the edges is minimal, and the hitting area feels genuinely immersive. Multiple size options mean it fits a garage bay or a basement setup without major modifications. Rated 4.4 out of 5 across 158 reviews, which is a solid signal that most buyers are satisfied. Now, the trade-offs. The projector and turf you see in the product photos, not included, and some buyers miss that in the fine print. Beyond that, with limited independent test data available on this package as of 2026, you're leaning heavily on those 158 reviews to assess long-term durability. If you need certainty before committing, dig into current owner feedback first. But if the frame and screen bundle is your priority, the next pick takes this concept and tightens every loose bolt. If your problem is that real simulator setups cost more than a used car and eat half your garage, that's exactly the gap the Fi Golf Home Simulator is trying to fill. At $263.20 at the time of this video, it's the most accessible full-featured option in this ranking, and that price is doing a lot of heavy lifting. The sensor itself weighs just 9.8 grams, connects over Bluetooth via USB-C, and works with Android, iOS, and E6 Connect. That multi-platform support actually matters. It means you're not locked into one app ecosystem if you upgrade later. The headline number is 38,000-plus courses worldwide, which is genuinely enormous. You can take a casual Sunday round at Augusta or dig into a local muni track you've never heard of. The swing stick is a 27.6-inch, 500-gram steel shaft with a replaceable grip, so it's not a toy. Now, the trade-offs. With over 2,300 reviews averaging 4 out of 5 stars, real buyers seem reasonably satisfied, but motion sensor accuracy and long-term durability remain the category's soft spots at this price point, and this unit isn't immune. You're also relying heavily on app stability for the experience to hold together. Good pick for the casual player who wants variety without a massive footprint. But if you need tighter shot feedback and more hardware confidence, the next one delivers exactly that. Here's the scenario. You want swing feedback, but you're not building a backyard range. You travel, you practice in a garage, maybe a hotel room. At $29.99 at the time of this video, the Cospoptic golf hitting mat is the most portable option on this list, and it actually earns that price with one genuinely useful feature. The impact surface traces your swing path visually, showing you exactly where the club face made contact, toe, center, or heel, right after every swing. No app? No sensor, no guesswork. You hit, you look, you adjust. For a sub-$30 mat, that's not nothing. It measures 16 by 12 inches, runs a heavy-duty rubber base that grips hardwood, concrete, and carpet without sliding, and it ships with a spare velvet turf surface so when the first one wears down, you're not immediately back on Amazon. Lightweight enough to drop in a golf bag. Now the trade-offs. This mat is feedback only. There's no net, no enclosure, no ball return. You're buying half a practice setup. Buyers with 4.3 stars across nearly 1,900 reviews clearly find value here, but the swing path tracing surface is the only real differentiator. Step up to the next tier, and you get a more complete practice environment that doesn't require you to chase your ball across the garage. That more complete environment I just teased, this is it. At $299.99, the Ghostsports range cage is the #1 pick on this list, and once you see what's in the box, that price feels almost miscalculated in your favor. This is a full 10 by 8 foot enclosed cage, not a flat backstop net you clip to a frame and hope for the best. Side netting, top netting, steel frame, fiberglass poles, foam padded base. The whole structure is designed to contain a driver swing, not just slow it down. It goes wide, stays inside. Ball comes off the face hot. The foam base absorbs it instead of launching it back at your shins. And here's the part that actually justifies the rank. It ships with a high-density polyester impact screen already included. That screen doubles as your projector backdrop, so this cage is genuinely simulator-ready out of the box. Launch monitor and projector sold separately, but the infrastructure is already here. No tools needed for assembly, packs into a carry bag, works indoors or out. This is the foundational piece a real home simulator setup is built around. The honest weakness? With a 4 out of 5 rating across 429 reviews, some buyers flag that the frame needs careful leveling on uneven surfaces. Worth knowing before you set it up on a sloped garage floor. So here's the real question. Which one actually gets you swinging more than twice a month? Because that's where most of these nets fail you. The budget picks do the job until they don't, and then they sit folded in a corner collecting guilt. The mid-tier options get you consistent practice but demand real setup commitment. And the top pick? It removes every excuse you had for not stepping in and hitting a few balls. Price matters here, obviously, but the number that matters more is how many times per week you realistically use the thing. A net you never set up isn't a deal. It's an expensive decoration. The clear loser eats your storage space. The clear winner earns its footprint. And by this point in the list, you probably already know which one that is. So here's the verdict. If you're setting up a real batting practice setup and you buy anything other than the Ghostsports cage, you're either overspending on features you won't use or underspending on something that won't survive a full season. The Ghostsports cage is the anchor. Build from there, add a good tee, a bucket of balls, call it done. You don't need to spend more to practice better. Links are in the description with current prices. Grab the right one, and you'll actually use the thing. Links for every pick are in the description, current prices. No guesswork. Subscribe if you want the next gear test before you waste money finding out the hard way. And drop a comment. What did you actually end up buying?